Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest update and videos. Welcome to Linux classes. Let's move to the next question. And next question is related to the file system creation. So the question is very simple. You have to create a file system, and the size of the file system, that would be 150 MB, and you have to create this file system from the disk, that is dev sdb. Maybe in the exam they will not mention the disk, so you have to simply go to the server and from there you can check for the available disk, and most probably there would be only one disk on which you have to create the file system. So this is a sample question in which they have mentioned the disk name as well, and after the creation of file system you have to mount it under /OraDB. So in the exam you can get some different name as well, so don't be confused. So how we can do this? I'm just moving towards my VMware machine, Linux machine, and let me show you what are the steps for that. First of all, we should have the disk on which we can create the file system. So simple fire fdisk -l, and I can see that the disk which was mentioned in that question, it is there. Okay, and very first command I have to fire this one, stp p for print, and if you have any confusion you can press h for help. Okay, and then you have to create a file partition here. To create a partition, the command is m p, default is 1, enter. First sector you have to start from your default value, and then you have to give 150 MB, or you can give simple m p. Now you can see that one partition has been created now, and after that you have to simple w to save and come out. So if you'll see that a device name has been created with this name, okay, and after that you have to fire this command, which is not required at all, but if you want you can fire this. Okay, everything is fine now. It has given you the detail about the partition that you have created on your system. After that you have to format the partition using ext4, because it is not mentioned in the ticket. If it has mentioned the file system type like ext3, ext4, xfs, so accordingly you have do it, but it is not mentioning, so I'm just taking ext4, completed. After that they have mentioned that it should be mounted under /OraDB, so you have to create a file system directory name, and OraDB created now, and then I have to find out the UUID. To get the UUID of it, I would be using the command blkid, and here you can see that blkid is this one. I would be using this to put the entry in the fstep file, att fstep file, and here I am going at the last, and then this is, I have to first copy it, I have to right click, copy, and then first tab, UUID is equal to paste, and where I want to mount it, OraDB ext4 defaults 00, done, mount -a df-h. Now you can see that the file system has been mounted now. So this is what you have to do it in this question. Very simple. You can see the steps which I have used to create. So the steps are very simple. fdisk -l, and then I have to create the file partition name, and after that simple I have used part_x and then the name of the disk, and formatted the file system using ext4, and created the directory where I am going to mount this file system, blkid, which will use to find out the unique ID of the file system, and then with that blk id uid I have created in the fstf file and use mount-a. So the file system has been created and we have put it already in the fstf file. So if you will take the reboot, the system will come up with the file system as a mounted only. So friend, that's all for this lecture. I believe you have understand how we can simply create a file system. So this is a question that you are going to get in the exam, so do practice for that. Okay, so thanks for watching, and if you have time, please join with me in the next lecture.